All right, guys, we're going to be reviewing another clip from the Fresh and Fit podcast, and it's one of my favorite topics, feminism, because it is completely stupid, but let's get right into it.
What is your
All right,
point?
so we're going to put the definition of feminism on the screen because this is what it was. This is what it started with. And can you enlarge that, Chris? Yeah.
Yeah.
Feminism, the advocacy of women's rights on the basis of equality of the sexes, equality of the sexes, so both. And what's happened now is that feminism is overcorrected to the point now where it's about superiority. It's not really about equality anymore. And hey, it is what it is. I mean, there's some things that feminism is lying to young women, telling them to chase a career,
Of
telling them
course.
to.
But what I want to ask is, what do you think of the modern feminism now?
That's what I'm saying.
In this
That's what I'm
society?
saying. Yeah.
Okay.
So what it's done, what modern day feminism has taught women is chase a career, fuck children, put off having children. You'll find, at the when you're done with college and you have your career, you'll find a good man at the end waiting for you. And the reality is, no, that's not how it works. Because by the time you're 31, 32, when you have your career built up and you're ready to have kids, the men that you want are going to go date down girls that are younger than you, more attractive and less, a little bit less established sometimes. This is why so many, career women lose men to women that aren't as ambitious. Why? Because men don't necessarily care about a woman's ambition,
Unfortunately.
which kind of sucks, Yeah. So, I would say the biggest thing with feminism is it's lied to women. And we did a full podcast on the failures of feminism, if you guys want to check it out, with Rollo Tomasi. But we broke it down with the studies and everything else like that. We have the least happy demographic of women ever recorded. As women have become more liberated, they've been on more antidepressant and anti-anxiety medications. They are reporting the lowest levels of happiness than ever before. As women have become more and more liberated, their approval and fulfillment levels have went down. And I think a big part of that is because the marriage rates have been declining, divorce rates are high, the birth rates are at the lowest they've ever been, and women don't derive the same pleasure from career and success that men do. Quite frankly, they derive it from children and a family. Women are social creatures. Women aren't designed to work 80 hours a week to provide for a family. That's what men are designed for. That's why we're stronger than you guys. That's why our bodies have more bone density, whatever. It was all built for the purpose of men are built to create, women are built to create children and foster those children. I'm not saying a woman can't have a career, but what I am saying is that women need to put children and family first and not career. And every career woman I know that's had children, she doesn't give a fuck about making partner at the law firm. She doesn't care about becoming the best employee. Kids come first, and that's the way it should be.
Facts.
I've seen a lot of.
There's nothing better than a woman who has a child. She will never be more fulfilled. I mean, you talk to any woman that has a child and ask her, is there anything better in your life? And I guarantee you they would say no. I guarantee you they would give their own life, anything, for that child.
Like today, like whenever I scroll and like I go on TikTok, because I told you guys I'm an influencer, so I see a
Fresh.
lot of what's going on in this modern world, right?
Mhm.
I've seen a lot of women now. It's really a lot of women that say they don't want children.
Mhm.
And I really do believe that there's like an agenda behind all of this on social media, and it's being pushed like immensely. And I don't care if I get canceled for this, but I
No, it's
see
fine.
it
Go
that
ahead.
way. I see it that way, and I notice, and I'm like, bro, there's so many videos that I've seen. Whenever I scroll on TikTok, I can tell you there's about 4 videos that I see about women having so much trouble with when bearing children, and I feel like they push these videos or things like that in order to kind of scare women into not having children. And I don't know. I just feel like there's an agenda, and it doesn't only involve feminism, but it involves men as well, like the wiping of masculinity, right? Because I'm
Yep.
not from here. My bad for my English. There's just so much involving. It's not just wiping out
Yeah, I mean,
the femininity, but it's also wiping out social values like family and structure and the way that we're supposed to be. And I truly dread for that, but it's happening right now.
Oh, she
and-
woke.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to get too much into economics, but
Of
women
course.
are 80% of the consumer base, and single women spend far more money than women that are married. So there definitely is an agenda to keep women and men and women apart, because the thing is that the economy became as strong as it did from families, from a man and a woman working together, have children. And then we have the studies too, like every criminal you look at, sex offenders, delinquents, degenerates, etc., they come from single mother households. So it's not to say that women are incapable of raising children. It's just that they're incapable of raising children to the best ability without a man alongside her. So
Yeah.
you need both parents. So and the other thing about TikTok, which we make fun of TikTok all the time because we've been
Yeah.
banned off there, TikTok has open misandry, and just out of curiosity, does anyone at the table, you guys know what misandry means?
Miss Andrews?
Is
No.
it the same thing as misogynistic?
Okay, well, what does it mean?
Pretty much somebody that.
Speaks to the mic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is very true in today's day and age. It is not only accepted, but it's also it's almost like pushed for women to be misandrous, to talk crap and hate on men. But when you flip it, and a guy has any criticism, even if it's not misogyny, but an actual legitimate criticism of women, you are hated for it.
Misogynistic people are people who pretty much cater to only men's needs and not really looking into women's needs, at least from what I was taught. I don't
Okay.
know if that's the actual
No offense,
definition.
you were taught wrong, but I'll define it here in a second. Does anyone know what misandry means?
No.
Okay, does anyone here know what misogyny means?
Misogyny is
Yes.
it's like kind of standing towards the fact behind men's more reasonings behind other than women's reasoning. So such as thinking like, let's say, using the example of cooking, a woman has to cook, blah blah blah. That's kind of misogynistic. It's a
I don't want to be an asshole,
standard-
but that's incorrect.
it's a standard, but
That's
it
incorrect.
could be considered misogynistic.
No, that's incorrect. Does anyone know the definition of misogyny? It is, and guys, I didn't do that to like try to make fun of the girls, but the point I'm trying to make is that misogyny is actually the hate or contempt or prejudice towards women, right? Basically hating women. Misandry is the opposite of that. It is the hatred of men. And the thing is this, people throw the term out misogyny anytime someone tells the truth about women and men, but no one ever bats an eye when a woman says men are trash, men aren't shit, blah, blah, blah. That's technically open misandry. And on TikTok, which brings this back all full circle, on TikTok, it's okay for women to call men shit, and they ain't shit, men are trash, blah, blah, blah. But if a guy says anything along the lines of, which because we've been banned off TikTok 6 times,
Yeah.
hey, women are hypergamous, they
Oh,
want to fuck
yeah.
up and date up, and that's the way it is. Oh,
Mhm.
that's toxic masculinity. Oh, that's misogyny. No, it's the truth.
I definitely
Can I
agree
add
with that.
something
That's
onto
one to
that?
the bone.
So,
Can
So,
I add something else to that?
oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so with the whole TikTok thing, what you just said, I think a lot of things on TikTok is all kind of a set up in a way for when people view their phone that it kind of falls into what
The
they're
algorithm.
yeah, like an algorithm. So she has more TikTok followers than me, but I have a few. But when I would post a video that, let's say, would get viral, I would get a lot of hate on my comments of just random men saying things just like, oh, shot straight up or something like that, and it's just like, you know what that means,
I don't know what shot straight up means.
Me either.
shot straight up. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
from like jizzing?
Yeah, it could be a post of
Did
me
you put
just-
like you dancing or something in
no,
clothing?
I would, let's say, be wearing this. And then I'm just standing making a little TikTok, and then they say something like that, shot straight up. Oh my God, turn around, take off your shirt, something like that. As I was saying, it's just all falls into an algorithm. I could see a lot of that and a lot of girls posting things like that, and getting the same amount of comments, but I wouldn't see a lot of guys posting things like that and getting other comments that are hateful towards them. I would see other type of comments probably.
Well,
like-
here's the thing. When you sexualize yourself and you objectify yourself, men are going to objectify you.
Yeah.
So do you think I'm sexualizing myself wearing this?
Here's the thing. I guarantee on your TikTok videos that are getting comments saying, oh, I shot straight up, you were probably sexualizing yourself to some degree.
I don't think so. I was wearing a sports bra and my sweatpants. And I
That is
was in
sexualizing
pajamas.
yourself because you're showing skin.
It's pajamas.
It's sexualizing yourself because you're showing skin. I mean, we
So
don't
are
have
you
to.
sexualizing yourself? You're wearing shorts.
Okay, men and women are not the same. We don't play
I
by the same set of
know.
rules
I
at all.
know.
We've
Because
gotten to that point.
Here's the thing, ladies. That's disingenuous and not an intelligent argument. Because here's the thing: who pays for pornography?
Not women.
Exactly. Thank you for proving my point.
Not women.
So exactly. So there's a reason. Here's the thing. I literally came up with this analogy yesterday. If I'm driving around selling cocaine
Fresh.
and the police arrest me for distributing narcotics, I can't go to the police and say, hey, there's an audience that wants this. You can't hold me accountable for running around with cocaine because there's people that want it. There's addicts. I'm giving them what they want. No, there's consequences to your actions. So in otherwise, if you put pictures of yourself on that are sexy on the internet, whatever it is, understand that you're going to get love and likes and validation, but also you're going to get thirsty perverts that are going to make comments like that. If you objectify yourself, whether women want to accept it or not, when you post a sexy picture of yourself, you do objectify yourself. men are gonna also objectify and reciprocate. What you put out is what you get back. It's just that women don't like the negatives. I'm not saying you can't sexualize yourself. I'm simply saying you need to accept what comes with it, the pros and the cons.
So
But we're gonna continue this, and we'll have
Okay.
we'll continue here. Does that answer your question about feminism though? That basically what's happened now is that we have open misandry versus anything that holds a woman accountable is considered misogynistic. And I didn't say that to try to make an example of you guys, but we have 9 women here at the table and no one was able to define misogyny. But when I said, what is misandry? None of you heard the word before and couldn't define that either. But you guys have used the term misogyny before to label something that you didn't necessarily like, or gender roles or whatever. That's not misogynistic. When a man says, I want a woman that cooks and cleans, that's just preferences.
yeah, I said that.
If a man says, I hate women,
yes,
that's misogyny. There's a but there's a clear line there, but we're blurring these lines is the problem. So anything else?
No, not really. I mean, unless you want to bring something up, but
Oh no, that's it. All right,
Okay.
next person.
I have 2 questions.
Oh shit.
The first question is going back to what men like. They want their woman to be conservative. If y'all are both of you single,
Yes.
if you're dating a woman and you're getting to know her and you look at her Instagram page and she has maybe 2 or 3 bathing suit pictures, are you going to cancel her because she's objectifying her body?
No, personally, I won't. Obviously, I look for certain things in a woman I want to take seriously. Those pictures could lead to things happening behind the scenes. So me personally, I would talk to her, feel her out, obviously vet her, but take her seriously. It has to be a lot more done. And there's a lot. Honestly, in my opinion, it should be taken down eventually if she's with
Right.
me. But I gotta see how we play out. You know what I'm saying? If we actually are good together, and then I can make those demands later on. But I can't make it up front like that. So
So you're asking, and I just want to make sure I have this clear. Does she disqualify herself from a serious relationship for having sexual photos of herself on the internet, to include Instagram?
Do
A
you
couple
consider
of
bathing suit
sexual-
photos sex?
I'll tell you right now, any woman that has pictures of herself in a bikini or whatever on her profile, I mean, that's a hard no. I mean, think about it. She's literally looking for as much attention as she can get from men, and she is showing her body to do it. It's literally no different than prostitution.
Sexual? Just at the beach. We live in Miami. for
Okay.
example.
Here's the thing, though. Why do you need to put pictures and put it on? Why do you need to take pictures and put it on the internet for everyone to see?
It's not a necessity, but you didn't answer my question.
Self-love is the best.
No,
love.
because hold on. Because you changed the goalpost. You said, well, does being on a beach with a bathing suit, is that sexual? And I'm
I
saying,
said, does posting a picture on the beach in a bathing suit, is it considered sexual to you? Like sexualizing yourself?
yes, it
Okay.
is. And here's the thing: you guys don't have to agree with it, but that's the truth. Because when men look at you now, they're not going to have. There's a reason why, since the beginning of time, all old cultures made women cover up. You want to know why?
Because you guys have something that triggers something in your brain.
We have
just
breasts
to
and a vagina.
Objectify us instead
take
of
the
like
mystery
actually
away?
see us as like regular people. Like you guys actually have something in your head that
oh yeah,
makes
there was
us
a whole
objectify-
scientific test done on that
yeah.
where
It's a chemical.
you would see a female and they
You
had
just
like a
get that
bathing suit on,
feeling.
and that part in your brain where it triggers that you're looking at a thing and not a human, that like chemical in your brain where you're looking at a thing would like trigger, and like that's what they would
What you're
Yeah,
what you're
instead of
actually
like-
referring to, what you guys are actually referring to, is what happens when a man sees a woman that's attractive and arousing is he starts to go into his deductive problem solver mode and figure out, how can I get sex from this woman? That's what happens.
Use this as an object rather than
A person?
person or a living thing.
Here's the
something I
thing.
can-
To answer
And
the
that
question,
causes problems for your brothers, for your father. If he's around you and the guy makes a remark that's disrespectful, your brother or your father is going to have to feel like they need to protect you, and then you're putting them in harm's way.
So then the setting of this whole situation though would be the beach. So how are we going to avoid any type of comments? Because personally, I can walk down the street with a long sleeve, jeans, sneakers, my hair messed up, no makeup, and I will still get 3 people beeping at
here's the
me,
thing, here's the
walking
thing,
to the gas
here's the
station.
thing, man. Like I said, I don't make the rules. I just report them.
Mm-hmm.
If you sexualize yourself, right, you're gonna get certain types of energy from men. It is what it is. That's the world we live in. That's how it is. like I said, the reason why they made women cover up since the beginning of time was to protect your modesty. Okay? So that men wouldn't look at you as an object. But hey,
Men
women
will
want
always look at you as an object,
Even if you
unfortunately.
cover up.
Wait,
I'm
she's saying
telling
that
you,
even covered up, you get
can
hollered
even
at.
get covered up. You will not.
Exactly.
You will wake up, just
Doesn't
go to the gas
matter.
station, get an orange juice, and bro, I promise you, they beep at me 24/7.
Yeah, same as
It's
me.
Women like her are so insufferable because, no, not every single time you go out, people are honking and hollering at you. That's just bullcrap, man. Now, does it happen sometimes? I'm sure it does. Maybe even 20% of the time. But she makes it sound like as if every time she walks out of the house, she is so drop dead gorgeous that no matter how she looks, men have no choice but to just catcall her and try to sexualize her. That's not true.
Main Street. I've gotten somebody
Yeah.
pulling up to me in a black Escalade, cutting me off in the driveway, telling me, "Oh, do you want to make money? Can you get the fuck out of my
Here's the
face?"
thing. Here's the thing.
bro?"
Here's the thing. Let's be honest here.
Honest.
If you dress a certain way, if you dress modestly, you're
I
going to
just woke up.
significantly mitigate that.
Or if you're just beautiful naturally when you wake up and you're just beautiful, you know, you don't have to put on anything. You don't have to. You
I
just get
mean-
up.
No, I
Then
get
you're
hollered
always
even
gonna get
like looking
attracted
like.
to-
I mean,
trash.
Listen. We
understand.
need a little bit of accountability here. Like,
And just so we're clear, the hottest girl at this table is a 6 out of 10, and it's this redhead right here. The girl who was talking about getting honked at and stuff, I'm sorry, but you're like a 3, bro.
if you walk down the street in a bikini versus in sweatpants, you're not going to get as much attention.
Of
and,
you
and
still
hoot and
get
holler.
the-
I tell you,
the
my
You
point-
can say you'll still get it, but it's going to be significantly
Reduced.
But-
And here's the thing about success and everything in life. Okay? You got to make decisions that have the highest probability of getting a favorable outcome. If you don't want to get hit on, then you dress a certain way that is going to mitigate risk. That's what it comes down
but
to.
then what we're talking about here, though, is I'm saying I'm just waking up, going downstairs, going to the gas station to get an
Bless you,
orange
bless you.
juice,
Thank
not
you.
preparing myself for anything, not fixing my face, not fixing my hair, just literally waking up with the genuine intention of going to get orange juice. And 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 cars beep at you, whistling at you, telling you, "Oh, come here." I didn't even wake up
All right.
expecting this. So
All right,
my
let's-
point is, women will always get harassed, catcalled,
Objectified.
and objectified just
Mhm.
because they're a woman. Just
mean,
because a
sorry.
man knows that, yeah, unfortunately, women are more vulnerable than men, and it's a sad truth, but you can't really change the
So
fact.
if you're more vulnerable, why would you not take
I mean,
every step
I
you
am,
can?
I am more vulnerable.
like,
Physically speaking, I'm 90 pounds. So unfortunately,
All right,
with, that,
let's-
with anything I can
let's
do,
It's wild that she jumps right to the insinuation of someone going to try to take advantage of her or force themselves on her. That is what's so wild with the world we live in today is women literally think like this. They all the time have this thought in their head that most men are going to grape or kidnap someone when that is a very rare thing to ever happen.
use some
I'm
common
more
sense here.
more
Let's use some
vulnerable.
common sense here. If you're more vulnerable and you know this,
why would I go to the gas
you not?
station?
No, nope. That's not what I was going
Oh.
to say. Please listen to listen and not listen to respond.
Okay.
Why would you not mitigate risk and put yourself in the best position to win? Because here's the thing. Let's just use a little bit of common sense and logic here. If you woke up every single day and dressed a certain way where you're dressed modestly, walked outside to get orange juice, you did this every single day, right? Every morning, same time, everything else like that. You might get 3 approaches, 2 approaches, whatever. Let's say we'll average it out to 2 approaches. But if you walk out and you're dressed in short shorts, sports bra only, showing your body, you're probably going to get 7 to 10.
Okay.
So, again, we can talk about you're going to get objectified anyway, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have some personal responsibility to mitigate risk. And that's the problem. We don't tell women that a lot of the times there's pros and cons to your decisions. If you go out dressed sexy, you're going to get certain types of energy. And more importantly, a lot of guys aren't going to respect you. They're going to treat you like an object. But it starts with you first. You objectify yourself, and then the men are going to objectify you. That sucks. I don't agree with it. But reality is amoral. It is what it is. So,
All right, guys, that's where we're going to end off today at. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and y'all have a good one.